worked with these trees for many years, but I started doing distance treatments on the trees in December time frame. Then I did another distance treatment on them again in February time frame. It's now an April time frame, and what we're seeing is 5 to 6 inches of new growth on the trees already, okay, just from the distance treatments. Helping the trees out, helping them get started so they grow and be healthy trees. And we believe with today's treatment, they'll even be able to put on more growth and more leaves. And again, it's what are their goals? What do they want? Whatever that is. What the trees are all telling me is, we want to be big trees. We want to be bigger than we are today. We want to be a lot bigger. And some of them are nice big trees already. They're saying, no, we want to even be bigger yet. Okay, we want to be fuller, we want to be bigger. Hi, I'm Jim Conroy, and I'm the Tree Whisperer. I heal sick and stressed trees by repairing the internal functionality of the trees. Well, you say, how do I do that? Well, first of all, I take the various parts of the tree. For example, just start with the roots of the tree, or the xylem and phloem underneath the bark, or the buds and the leaves of the tree. And I ask 3 questions. First, are they formed properly? Number 2, are they potentially operational? And number 3, does the tree have enough of them? And then I work with the tree to help that tree get those, to optimize and reconfigure those parts so that they are operational, they're formed properly, and eventually have enough of them. And that's what I do with the tree. Now, let's talk about functionality and systems. Yes, each of those parts has a function. For example, roots uptake and circulation, xylem, phloem, circulation. Well, we have to make sure that each part can do the functions that it needs to be able to do. For example, a root does uptake and circulation, has to be able to do at least 2 functions. Xylem and phloem primarily does circulation. And together, the parts and the functions make the systems. For example, the circulation system throughout the whole tree, because all of the various parts are doing circulation. And it's important to get them all connected so that each part is doing what it needs to do, so that that system or function or system is running properly inside of the tree. And as I said, it initially starts with having the parts formed properly and having enough of them and having them potentially operable. And then we do that, get them functioning properly, you have the systems operating properly, and then the tree can go on and grow and be a healthy tree and reach its goals, what it wants, not what I want, what it wants. And generally what I find is what I want is more than well covered by what the tree wants, because it usually wants a lot more than what I do. I want to be a bigger tree. I want to have more leaves. I want to have a bigger canopy. I want to, all kinds of things, what they have to do. But it's aligned with what they want and what their purpose is and what their goal is. And that's what we're doing. We get the tree operating correctly, have all the parts operating right, so the tree can reach its goals, what it wants.
Dr. Jim, can
Yes.
you say a few words about your way of collaborating with that consciousness that is the tree?
Is finding out what the tree wants, what the consciousness of the tree wants. There's a consciousness there that says, I want to be an oak tree. In this case, live oak. We're with some live oaks. I want to be an oak tree. Oh, there's a consciousness that says, I want to be a tree. And then there's a design intelligence that says, I want to be an oak tree. Okay? And then you're working with that. because then that oak tree has certain parts, systems, and functions that are related to the oak tree. And then you're working with that. That's all part of the goals of the tree. And we're working with that back and forth to get all of that, again, connected, supporting each other, getting all the parts working together so that the tree that grows there is an oak tree, okay? And the oak tree is doing the goals it wants to do. And the consciousness is always there holding the image of, I want to be a tree. So in the collaborative treatment with the tree, I'm constantly asking the tree questions and constantly getting feedback from the tree. It's like, you know, and a lot of it is yes, no. Most of my questions are yes, no, but once in a while, I hear things too. You hear specific things. So I might be asking, is the xylem and phloem circulating enough fluid and nutrients throughout the tree? And I might get a yes, but then you'll hear something like, well, but I could use a lot more, okay? So then you work with the tree because what it really wants is a lot more, okay? And you work with that circulation to get that going so the tree can uptake more water and nutrients and get more circulation, whatever the case might be. That's really the way this works, because the tree is saying what it wants, and you got to be quiet, and you got to be able to listen to what the tree is saying it wants, and then and it's all aligned with what the tree's goals are. It isn't just what it wants, but it's what the tree's goals are, and then it's aligned with what the tree's goals are.